All right, welcome back to the KnivesFAST channel. Say hello to Ren and Stimpy, Powder Toast Man Log, and TV, and let's get started, guys. We have a review, and this one is from our friends at Kubey. Now, this actually comes by way of my buddy Kevin, Lefty EDC. The Kubey sent it to him, and he, of course, guys, I'm telling you, I don't like to say this because I don't want it to go to his head, but Kevin's one of the nicest dudes. He gets all these knives in from companies and he immediately sends them out to other reviewers. And so I like to call it the Lefty Pass Around Group because that guy's just super kind. But please don't tell him I said that. Just don't tell him. Don't encourage him. No, I'm just kidding. He's a good dude. So I am not finding this particular knife, which is the Kubey Ruckus, at a bunch of dealers right now, but I'm finding it on Amazon. So that's where we're going to talk to it from. I don't see it at White Mountain yet, but hopefully it'll be there soon. But we'll talk about it from Amazon. Now, on Amazon right now, this particular black G10 one is $70. This is a Sharif Manganis. I hope I'm saying his name right. There you go, man. Sharif Manganis design. There's his logo, and you have AUS 10 up here on the blade. You have Kubey here. You have really interesting G10 scales. Now, I wouldn't normally, these are flat-sided, but you have enough chamfer here that, yeah, I would call this contoured. And I like the way they did this. You've almost got, just with it done there, because of the layers, it looks like lines. And then you have the checkering up here. You have the Kubey, the KB pivot. You have a reversible pocket clip all the way, well, almost all the way to the tip of the knife. There you can see. Loop over clip. The clip sits on the scales. I haven't had a lot of problem with this one catching on my pants. You do have a really nice backspacer. I believe that's also G10. Let's see. Can you see the... Come on. Layers. I believe it's G10, but it is got like jimping sort of on there. And again, pocket clip is good in and out of the pocket. No big deal. And as you can see, it switches to this other side, but the clip does sit on the scales rather than being down inside. You do have kind of cutouts here for the screws here and here, which is kind of cool looking. It still keeps the screw flat and still gives you that. Now, you don't really feel that in the hand, and I don't feel the pocket clip too bad. I feel it a little bit, but it's definitely not a hot spot. You do have a flat right here, but you don't have a finger choil. You have a sharpening choil. A flat grind here, not really high, but again, this knife will do some work. We'll talk about that more in a minute. Really cool, almost a spear point, but I would call it a drop or a clip here. We'll see what do they call it in the specs over here? I'm just curious because it's a drop point. They agree with me. I was saying drop, and then I was you could kind of call it a clip, but no, it's a drop. So really cool. It is this kind of I'd call it like a tumbled texture there. Really, really cool. And again, AUS 10 on the steel. Really, really nice. You do have great lock bar access. You do have the scalloping, which I always think is unnecessary, jimping, whatever you want to call it. But it doesn't hurt the finger. This guy, action-wise, is pretty phenomenal. Now, you have plenty of room to get your thumb in here, either like this, to deploy, or like this to deploy, or however you want to do it. I can middle finger flick it easily from the thumb studs, no problem whatsoever. Really great thumb ramp here. I love it. Now, since you don't have a place to choke up, I'm not really worried about the swedging up here. I just stay back here on the thumb ramp, and it feels really good. Now, this locks you in. I usually don't like a super thin handle, but because it's fatter back here, it fills out in your hand. By the way, full 4-finger knife. Really, really nice. I like the way it feels. Now, we'll do a little cardboard here just because I love it. Now, it does, whoa, did you see that? It is a slicer. Very, very much nice and clean. And again, it's not super thin. We'll look and see if we can see what the I would say it's about 3.2 millimeters, which is about 0.12 of an inch. And then nice, comes down to a very nice edge, very capable work knife. That's exactly what I would call this. Now, look at that drop. I mean, gosh, look at that. It comes on down. I'm being real careful with it. And then nice and smooth right on down. You do have inset liners here with some really nice milling pockets for weight reduction. I dig it. Just feels really nice in the hand. Now let's do our, oh, by the way, it comes in the basic Kubey box. There is your information. OS 10 and G10. Let's do our comparisons. Here is your Rat 2. We'll do them out of order today just because, I don't know, it's the first one I grabbed. The Rat 2 is shorter in both areas, and you can see the Rat 1 is a little bit bigger in both areas, both the blade and the handle. So there you go. There is our awesome channel comparison knives, thanks to some really great people in the community. Now, as far as specs, this is a 8-inch knife, 8.03. The blade is 3.31 and the handle is 4.72. Really plenty of room there on the handle. And I was right, 0.12, and they've got it as 3.1 millimeters, but I guess my math is weird. Handle thickness 0.51. It is a flat grind, ambidextrous. Cage ball bearings, of course, you can see the way it drops, and it is 3.95 ounces, which is about right. I mean, that's what the pinion is in this same kind of category. It's 3.678, somewhere in there, depending on which handle material. But and it might be a little bit more in the final because I added some blade length. But the pinion will end up less than this. But really cool, and I love this blade shape. Now, this guy, like I said, at Amazon right now is $70, and they've got, here are the options for that. You've got a JG10 with a black wash blade for $70. You've got a tan G10 with a black wash blade. You've got a green, OD green, well, it's a little different than OD, but it's green G10 with a bead blasted blade, a black like this with the bead blasted blade, and a green with a black blade. All of those for $70. They've also got two with like a titanium bolster area, like from here up, and it's in a shiny blue and a shiny bronze. Now the blue is black G10 with the blue titanium for $80, so only $10 more. And then I'm sorry, that one's copper. Okay, so a green G10 with a copper bolster for $80. So, man, I mean, just go take a look at Amazon. They've got all of those. It looks like in stock right now. Let me just make sure. Yep. And really cool. Kevin, I'm really grateful. He just offered on one of his live streams one night, hey, you want to look at this thing? Sure. And really grateful to have Kevin sending knives out along with the other pass-around groups that I'm in. Really, really cool. But you can see, guys, not surprising Kubey's action. You know, the 322, the pinion, all the things they've done that have phenomenal action. This one does as well. And Sharif does some really cool designs. So there you go. The Kubey, and by the way, the number on this one is the 314F. And it's called the Ruckus. So there you go. Let me know what you think of this one, guys. Real quick tag on. I was wrapping up because we were already at like 9 or 10 minutes. But I forgot to do some of the key things here. So it is dead centered. Wow. I didn't even front flip it in the review, which is funny. And it front flips very well for a guy that doesn't front flip very well. Good jimping back here, of course, on that thumb ramp. And then lockup is wonderful. And, no lock rock, no blade play, and about a 15 on the lockup. I am really sorry for leaving that out. Guys, thank you so much for all your support. Give me a thumbs up and a comment, and thank you so much for watching, for real this time, the Knives Fast channel.